Hey guys, Popular Mechanic here. We're in the shop today, and I'm just at the moment switching my 385 XP Husqvarna into a 390. So I've got the cylinder here. I've got two cylinders actually. This is a brand new one. This is a highway cylinder, and then I have a Meteor one as well because I wanted to test the numbers and see what was good. Plus I have another 390, so if this port work ends up going good, I'm going to do the same thing to that one. And then I'll have some extra parts and other cylinders. So this will be my first time doing a Husky. I'm just learning this stuff as I go, guys. I've been watching some Iron Horse. Harv, his name is. He's really good, and his videos make sense and they're easy to follow. So I'm going to try to replicate his 390 build. He did about a 5-part video, I think, on it, and it was pretty descriptive and easy to understand, and he ended up giving the numbers. So I got my degree wheel here. It's the same one he got. If you guys want, or I'll leave a link in the description. I got this on Amazon fairly cheap. The one thing I can see right away is I'm going to have to drill this hole out, which isn't a big deal. I mean, the thing was cheap. I can't remember what it was, but I'll leave the link in the description. It's just a good little degree wheel for finding your degrees. Okay guys, I'll move you over to the bench and we'll just talk about the cylinders I got a little bit here. Okay guys, so I just wanted to start off with the 385 XP. Everything came apart fairly easily. It took me like literally 10 minutes to dismantle this stuff. It went really good. Everything looks awesome. That crankcase looks brand new in there. There's not a bit of slop at all in the up and down. There's just nothing. It won't even move. Same with side to side, and I rotated it in all positions as well. It's as hard as a rock. I mean, this saw has been a good saw. I really recommend these Husqvarnas. I know guys like Still, and I love Still too. Run them every day, love them, but there's something to be said about Huskies. They're good saws, especially these 390s and 385, which is pretty much the same thing. So as far as I know, this 390 cylinder will bolt right onto the 385. You don't need to do anything special. It'll just bolt right on. Obviously you need the right size cylinder for the 390 XP though. So this is a 54 millimeter bore. Okay, so this is what came with the 385 at the time. There is some differences, some slight differences. I'll get to that in a minute. But basically this is a millimeter bigger, so it's already like you're turning your 385 into a big bore, which is obviously going to give you more power right from the word go. So here's the highway one, and then we got the Meteor one. Now, in my opinion, they're both really nice cylinders. I haven't checked the numbers or anything like that yet, but I'm going to see which ones are closer to the ones that I want to do. Harv said the highway ones are pretty close, so I'll probably end up going with this one. One thing I will say though is that the piston that comes with the Meteor does seem a bit nicer in my opinion. I think they make a nice piston. This isn't bad. Personally, I would give it some work even if I wasn't going to do, hardcore porting to it or anything. There's just a few imperfections and things like that. It's probably hard to see on camera, but you can see some pitting, and there's like a little I don't know where the thing goes together, the casting there or whatever. It's just there's some imperfections and little bumps there. It's probably really tough for you guys to see, but it's not a huge deal. I think they're both good brand, but keep in mind this highway one is quite a bit cheaper. So I decided to go with it as well as this, and I did get these both on sale from HL Supply, and it's the whole kit. So I get the cylinder. So here's I think this is the highway, yeah, HW. Yeah, this is the highway right here. So you can see that the 390 won't go in there. I mean, I know you guys get the point, but I'm just showing you it's, so that's what's going to be on there. So that's going to be a nice little increase. And then basically, what I'm going to be doing is just following that video the best that I can. If I have any problems, I'll email them. I'm just going to be cleaning up these transfers, taking this, a little bit of this hump out, because as it goes down here, it bows out. And I mean, a little bit of that's okay, but I'll probably tidy it up a little bit, clean up these edges, stuff like that. It's obviously not a good idea to do too much here along this edge because it has to seal, obviously, and I will be running without a base gasket. So I'll just be putting a thin layer of, I just use Permatex Red. It's worked fine for me. Okay guys, so just to confirm with you here, this new cylinder went right on. I don't have the piston on yet, but I just wanted to see if the holes line up, and it lines up, so it's going to bolt right on. Here's where the intake's going to go in. No, this is just awesome. I'm so glad that this works out this way. It's going to be nice having a brand new cylinder and piston on here, and then I'm going to port it out. It's going to be awesome. Okay guys, I'll get those numbers and we'll get back to you. Okay guys, so here I got the degree wheel set up. I'm going to take this off and show you how I did it because it wasn't as cut and dry as I thought. I didn't end up having to drill a hole. I got a different idea. So now I know some people have better setups than this, but for just making this in the shop quick, it's not too bad. My bolt's a little long too. Okay, so basically what I did, guys, here is I took brass air fitting. It had threads. They are like pretty fine threads, but they did lock onto this pretty good, and they're not damaging anything. So this here is secure. And there was I drilled a hole in the end here, right here, and then I used the tap and die set, and I just tapped some new threads, and then this steel chainsaw bolts my wheel in. So if you need to make something like that, it's real quick and easy. I just drilled a hole in the drill press and used the tap to make threads, and that was it. Alright, I just wanted to show you that. Now I'm already at bottom dead center here, so I'm going to put my wheel on, check it, and then we'll see what these numbers are at. Okay guys, so I finished doing my testing here. I only tried this test with just the highway piston. I never tried the Meteor piston. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm going to try it tomorrow. It's getting late now. So tomorrow I will try the Meteor piston and see if it changes the numbers. So with the highway piston and highway cylinder, the exhaust opened at 93 degrees after top dead center. The intake closed at 75 degrees after top dead center. The squish was 27 thousandths on the highway piston and cylinder. The blowdown, the first time I did it, I made a mistake. It was, let's see here, 28 degrees. And then the second time I did it, which I feel is a lot better. I should have done it 3 times, but I'm running out of time, was 32 degrees. So 32 degrees blowdown on the highway piston and cylinder. Okay, so here's the Meteor cylinder with the highway piston. The exhaust opens at 94 degrees after top dead center. The intake closes at 76 degrees after top dead center. The squish was 24 thousandths. I do like the squish a bit better on the Meteor with the highway piston. The blowdown was 41 degrees, which seems big, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm still learning about that. I don't know exactly what that means. If someone wants to let me know, feel free to leave a comment. I know certain saws require different blowdowns depending on what's going on there. So basically what I was going for was, for copying Harv's build there, I was going for the 96 degree exhaust, but I mean obviously I can't add to that, so these are both in this situation lower than I wanted, so it should be fine. 94 is pretty close, 93 is not too bad. And I think the intake is supposed to close at 70. I'm going to double check that, but I'm going to work that number to 70, so I'd have to take some off the floor of the intake just to have a little bit more intake time, so it's taking in the air fuel mixtures for a longer duration. So yeah, anyways, so there's that. So yeah, 76 isn't bad. 75, they're very close. It's just the blowdown. I'm not sure why they're so different. The transfers may be placed different. That's probably it. If you guys have any comments or questions, just leave them down below. Anyways, that pretty much concludes tonight. I'll do another one with the Meteor piston because there is some differences with them, and I don't know how much. It could be a game changer. I don't know. The Meteor piston is really nice. I did want to use it. And I'm not trying to bore you guys. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty sweet that I got the old degree wheel here set up. And I'm starting to learn this stuff. So once you get in and dig into it, it's really not that hard. I'm just stoked. And I will do the next part of this build. And when I do the transfers and stuff, I will show the work that I did. I'm going to do the best I can with the tools that I have, you know, and then if the exhaust is the way that it is with these numbers, I probably won't do anything to it at all. I'll probably just clean it up and leave it. There's no sense in, you know, trying to bring that number down any further. I think I'll just keep it. It sounds pretty good to me. I do like the 24,000 squish though, because that's generally where, I don't know, where I like to put stuff. I am using a bit thicker solder though, just keep that in mind. So that usually could be 1,000 or 2,000ths or whatever. When you go to assemble it, but then you're also putting in the silicone, which can be 1 to 2, so it's hard to say. It's probably pretty damn accurate. So basically that's that. So I will show you guys the transfers. If I don't do anything to the exhaust other than maybe just clean it up a bit, smooth it out, and then I'll lower the floor of the intake. I'm also going to be doing the finger ports on here, and the grooves that Harv does on the top there. I'm going to try that out. So I'm going to try that out with this build, guys. I think it's going to be a screamer, honestly. I think it's going to be a good saw. It's already a good saw. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.